Easter is a major holiday celebrated by billions of people worldwide. It is a Christian holiday, but many of its traditions come from older, pagan celebrations. At its heart, Easter is about new life and new beginnings. For Christians, Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. This event is central to their faith, representing victory over death and hope for eternal life. But Easter is more than just a religious holiday. It is also a time for families and communities to come together. From egg hunts for children to special church services, Easter is a time for joy and celebration. Easter's roots go deep into history, blending with ancient springtime festivals. These festivals often honored goddesses of fertility and new life. When Christianity spread, it absorbed elements of these older traditions. The egg, a symbol of new life, became linked with Jesus' resurrection. The word Easter itself may come from Yeshua, a Germanic goddess associated with spring. This connection shows how cultural and religious ideas can mix over time. The story of Easter centers on the death and resurrection of Jesus. The Gospels, ancient texts about Jesus' life, describe his crucifixion by the Romans and his miraculous return to life 3 days later. While most people associate December 25th with Jesus' birth, the Bible doesn't give an exact date. December 25th was likely chosen later by church leaders, possibly to coincide with existing Roman festivals. Some scholars believe Jesus may have been born in the spring based on clues about sheep-herding practices in the Bible. Others suggest a fall birth based on different interpretations of biblical texts. The exact date of Jesus' birth remains uncertain. However, the more important point for Christians is the impact of his life and teachings, not the specific day he was born. The focus on December 25th as Christmas developed gradually over centuries. It reflects how religious traditions evolve and adapt over time, debating the resurrection, evidence and interpretation. The resurrection of Jesus is at the core of Christian belief. However, there is no independent historical confirmation of this event outside of the New Testament. The Gospels, written by Jesus' followers, provide accounts of his resurrection appearances. These accounts vary in their details, raising questions for some about their reliability. Skeptics argue that the resurrection accounts are legendary embellishments or misunderstandings. They point to the lack of external evidence and the variations in the Gospel accounts. Believers often interpret the evidence differently. They see the Gospels as eyewitness accounts or inspired by divine revelation, emphasizing the transformative impact of the resurrection on Jesus' followers. Easter 2025, a late celebration. Easter falls on different dates each year, ranging from late March to late April. This year, 2025, Easter is celebrated on April 20th, which is quite late. The date of Easter is determined by a complex calculation related to the lunar calendar. Easter Sunday always falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon that occurs on or after the spring equinox. The spring equinox, when day and night are roughly equal in length, usually falls on March 20th or 21st. Because the full moon occurred on March 2nd in 2025, the next qualifying full moon after the equinox wasn't until April 18th, making Easter April 20th. This fluctuation in the date of Easter reflects its ancient roots in astronomical events and the cycles of nature. The meaning of eggs, from ancient symbols to modern treats. The egg is a powerful symbol of new life and rebirth, making it a natural fit for Easter celebrations. Long before Christianity, eggs were associated with springtime festivals in many cultures. In ancient Egypt, for example, eggs represented the potential for new life and were used in funerary rituals as symbols of resurrection. Similarly, in Persian culture, decorated eggs were exchanged during the spring festival of Nowruz. With the arrival of Christianity, the egg took on new meaning, symbolizing the empty tomb of Jesus and his resurrection. The hard shell of the egg was likened to the sealed tomb, while the cracking open of the shell represented Jesus' triumph over death. Today, Easter eggs are a beloved tradition for children and adults alike. From colorful dyed eggs to chocolate eggs filled with treats, they represent the joy and sweetness of the Easter season. Like and subscribe to The Energy is all channel for more.